This adventure began early in the morning. Because I was living in IT Park, I left at 3 a.m. since it would take 3.5 hours to reach Oslob. I was driven with 2 other guests to the whale shark watching tour first. Once we arrived, we changed, got our number, and waited. I was surprised at how many people were there. I guess whale shark watching is pretty popular. We eventually had our number called and put on our life jackets. The groups are taken out on outrigger boats, which form a line.
So this feels like the scene from Saving Private Ryan.
A feeder boat then drops krill into the water and leads the whale sharks past the boats. You can technically see the whale sharks from the surface, but the best views are from below. The last time I saw a whale shark, it was in Cancun, Mexico. The waters were cloudy, and the whale sharks were hard to view. In Oslob, however, the ocean was crystal clear. You really don't have a proper sense of how massive these creatures are until they are right in front of you. Although they are huge, I never felt threatened the entire time I was in the water. In fact, these gentle giants had the opposite effect. Watching them glide so gracefully set me at ease. After about 30 minutes, we returned to our boat and was rowed ashore. Because it is so close, most whale shark tours include visiting Tumalog Falls. Tourists are driven by motorbike down to where the falls are located. Standing at around 300 feet tall, they are very impressive. Visitors can swim in the large pool where the water gathers. I had my share of swimming from the whale shark encounter, so I stayed on land, though I still got wet from the water spraying off the falls. I paid $75 for the tour. Most of that money went to transportation. If you leave from a place closer to Oslob, the price goes down dramatically. I still thought it was worth it and had a great time. This tour does come with some controversies, which I will address. Wildlife experts believe that the practice of feeding whale sharks harms them. First of all, it disrupts their normal migration patterns because it keeps them in one place. Second, it does not give them a well-balanced diet, potentially causing malnutrition. Third, the tourists disturb them by touching the whale sharks and causing a ruckus in general. Fourth, by feeding the whale sharks from a boat, they inadvertently condition them to approach boats when searching for food, which increases their chances of being hit by a propeller. These are the claims against having the tours. In terms of migration, until there is definitive evidence that shows staying in one area seriously harms the whale sharks, I'm not buying it. Many animals migrate to find more hospitable climates or feeding grounds. But if their needs are being met, why should they move? As for nutrition, I won't assert that the whale sharks are being properly fed. The tour companies could solve this by feeding them a variety of foods instead of only krill. At the same time, if the whale sharks want a more nutritious meal, then they can just leave. No nets or walls trap them inside. Maybe some whale sharks prefer a guaranteed meal rather than hunting for one on their own. Now I'll admit, the tourists can be annoying. Many of them seemed more concerned with getting a selfie to post on social media than the welfare of the whale sharks. I even saw somebody accidentally kick one. But to be quite honest, I don't think the whale sharks minded the tourists that much. They seemed focused on filling their stomachs. If anything, the tourists aggravated me more. But I do believe the tour guides can do a better job at enforcing the rules of not touching the animals. For those who argue these tours condition whale sharks to approach motorboats, resulting in more propeller strikes, I would like to see the evidence. Do whale sharks exhibit higher cases of injury around Oslob? Yes, but I hate it when scientists proclaim their theories as if fact without solid proof. It could be that the whale sharks are being hit by propellers more because they are simply spending more time in shallow waters. And if that is the case, it would be a good argument against the tours. In the end, do I think these whale shark tours have issues? Absolutely. And there are things the tour companies can do to correct some of them. But nothing is perfect. Even in the wild, whale sharks may die of starvation, or they may be hunted down by fishermen. The way I see it, if you don't approve of the whale shark tours, then don't go. That's perfectly within your right, and a legitimate stance. But if you demonize the tour companies and the people who patronize them, as if they are committing wanton acts of cruelty, you lost me. People do much worse to other animals. I'm looking at you, SeaWorld. And there are those who will decry these tours, but not think twice about castrating their pet dog. I don't know about you, but personally, I would rather suffer some malnourishment and cuts than getting my balls chopped off.